Hi, my name's Jeff Sorenko, and I've chosen my topic to be the automatic medication administration devices. These are devices that can range anywhere from, the two systems that I've worked with, the Pyxis and the Omnicell, that pretty much hold all of our medications, except for some regular ones that are given every day, and they have each patient listed and, their medication list and can distribute the medications as needed and also as scheduled. I've worked as a nurse for 3 years. I've worked with two different systems of these automatic medication administration. One being the Pyxis, which I pretty much worked with the first 3 years. The second being the Omnicell. Both of these, I believe the Omnicell is the new one. It's been kind of worked out the kinks that the Pyxis had, but I believe both systems, when it comes down to it, are better for patient safety and overall patient care. I feel like in the 3 years that I've worked as a nurse, I've experienced these three systems. I've worked with them every day, every shift that I work, and I feel like I can at least evaluate these systems, what their negatives are and their positives, and kind of how they can help the healthcare industry. These automatic medication dispensing devices started to appear in facilities around the 1980s. This is kind of when they were, developed and when they were invented. Kind of a slow process, but the increased efficiency for the pharmacy and nursing staff and readily available medications have improved, and these medication administrations have helped to do that. Although they're there for patient safety, I think that's why they've been becoming more prevalent in hospitals. According to Matthew Gleisler, director of the Institute for Safe Medication Practices, he states that as of 2008, more than 80% of hospitals use these automated dispensing systems to replace the manual floor stock systems. And although I've never worked at the manual floor stock systems, I think this is a great technology, something that we can really benefit from, and something that, again, can help patient safety and patient satisfaction. I think that's the ultimate goal. According to Grissinger's research, the technology started slowly. Like I said, it was invented and created in the 1980s, but due to the fact that nurses and other medical staff found them very hard to use, this kind of caused delays in them rolling them out. Many of these issues were documented by nurses and other healthcare workers and related to more of the usability and more of the user error, hard time with the nurses kind of being able to figure out this new technology, especially older nurses or seasoned nurses that have worked with other regular on-floor stock medication administration. So once these issues were taken into account and used to make like the automated systems and more user friendly, this is, I believe, once they kind of figured out through trial and error what worked best, that's when the major rollouts started in the early 2000s. Once these issues were listened to, acted upon, like they became more user friendly and cut down on the medication errors. Obviously, that's the main issue to have these systems. So the fact that they cut down on medication errors is a huge thing for these systems. These dispensaries obviously aren't perfect. They do help to provide nurses with better ideas, and they link the patient's charts as well as their medication list to these automated devices, so they make it easier for the nurses to interface with these devices. And these automated systems really help to kind of create a link between the doctors and their orders with the pharmacist and their of checking over medications and delivering medications and the nurses. So the communication is a big deal. It really helps to Maybe this isn't a normal communication we think between human to human, but it's a communication that's kind of linking all the healthcare workers and in the end providing patient safety. A big thing is, that we've seen is that pharmacists can provide an extra level of security right off the bat. According to an article by Michael Murray from the Purdue University School of Pharmacy, these automatic dispensing systems allow pharmacists to review the medication order and can screen it for safety before the drug can be removed. So not only is the nurse responsible for checking the medication with any allergies or making sure the medication is correct for the patient, but the pharmacist kind of provides that first level of security and safety. When the doctor puts in the orders, they can actually check the system and check the medication, make sure it's safe before they approve it and allow you to take it out of these automated systems. Whereas before, maybe a medication that was readily available, once a doctor ordered, a nurse may just kind of go and give that medication and not at least have that first level of security. So nurses are competent with these medications, but a lot of times I think, as we all know, that we have a lot going on. We don't have all the time to look up all the side effects and know everything about these medications. So it's nice to have somebody who's went to school for pharmacy to look at these medications and provide a first level security. It's just big for and essential for patient safety. These systems obviously have been provided to improve patient care and ease and safer medication administration. Although they have their positives, the negatives are that because these are systems that are dispensing medications and are not readily available, we need to be able to have systems in place for emergencies. So when a code or an ROT is going on, we need to be able to readily and quickly be able to get to these medications. The only problem with that is while I've done that, then you also get the what's called workarounds, where nurses are bypassing the safety features to get to these medications. But with all technology, there are good and bad, and I believe that even though these workarounds occur, they don't diminish the fact that there's an extra layer of security for the patient safety is with these medication administration systems. So according to Murray from the Purdue University mentioned earlier, these overrides are not the only example of workarounds. There's also the inventory function that kind of allows a nurse to go into the system and take more medications than they are documenting. So, if a door opens, there's obviously several medications. They're able to remove more things and kind of bypass another level of security. So, but again, with all new technologies in healthcare, there's positives and negatives, and I just believe that these medication administrations, these automated ones, in the 3 years I've never really had a significant issue, and any issues I've had have been dealt with quickly by the IT department. And I just think this is one technology that, although not very new, is very important for patient safety. The Pyxis and Omnicell that I have dealt with, Omnicell has definitely taken a step further than the Pyxis and allowed for easier use and quicker patient medication administration. So it does provide a great first level of security. We also have the barcode scanning, which is another level, but this is a first step initial interaction with the medication that allows us to check on things and allows the medication to be distributed with a safety feature already in place. I think this is kind of like an endless possibilities of what these things can do in the future. I see maybe many automated medication devices being installed in each patient's room to the point where the main system can distribute medications to these mini systems in the patient's room and allow only their medications to be available in that room. Also cut down on the possible theft of narcotics and kind of to rid all of the disadvantages of these medication administrations while just keeping the fact of patient safety, and also with allowing for easy use and quick administration with these medications. So I think it's definitely a technology that is going to be the future, and is only going to continue to evolve. And I think it's a great step in taking to ensure that the number one issue in patient safety is incorrect medication administration. I think this can really cut down and eventually eliminate those safety risks for patients.